Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Happy Friday to everyone. Sorry we're running a little bit late, but I hope everybody is blessed. First things first, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to RBT. We're trying to get to 400 subscribers by the end of next month, so help us out there. Share with the people you know that might like this content. But let me get straight into it. What are you telling me, my guy Jalil, man?
Yeah, man. Good. Big game tomorrow. A lot's going on at the moment. A lot's going on, and this is a game I don't want to lose. So hope you're well, ready to get into this one, man.
Yeah, no, I'm very well, thanks. Jeff's just finishing a call, so he'll be on in a sec, and then Rash should be on his way as well. So yeah, like I said, people smash like, oh, Jeff's ready. Yeah,
Yo, lads.
Come on,
man.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying?
Yeah, man, I'm all good, man. Ready for this weekend of football.
Yeah, man, Prem is back. No more breaks now until the World Cup.
Yeah.
No breaks
Straight
until
month
the
or
World Cup, man.
6-7 weeks of football.
Yep, straight up. I mean, to be fair, yeah, if you take in the World Cup, it's pretty much 3 months of football straight.
Yeah,
pretty much. So I can't lie, it's lit still.
Can't
Big up my guy TWP in the building saying, "Come on, you Spurs." Hey, if you're on it, hey, join the chat, bro. You can join us live, innit? We need a Spurs fan today, innit? Otherwise, Jalil will need to be the Spurs fan today. Well, yeah, man. No. Big up everybody still. Rash should be on his way, as I said. So yeah, what was I gonna say, man? Yeah, obviously Arsenal Spurs, North London derby preview. Just looking at the team news, looks like Arsenal have everyone fully fit in the squad. Partey, Zinchenko, and Tierney should all be in the squad. As for Spurs, looks like Loris might be out, and so might Kulusevski might be out too. Obviously, Richarlison's been in banging form for Brazil over international break, and obviously Son is back on form too. So it might not necessarily be a positive, even though I think Kulusevski still gets in their best 11. He gives them better balance, I think, on that right-hand side. But yeah, Jalil, obviously, it's first against third. Spurs ain't lost in the league. Arsenal are top of the league. How are you feeling for this one, man? I know a lot of people are very excited for this game. What are you saying?
Yeah, and I'm one of them as well, man. I'm very excited for this game tomorrow, man. I'm excited, man. I woke up today, obviously a bit nervy about it. Tomorrow I'll probably be a lot more nervy, especially as it's a lunchtime kickoff. But yeah, I think we got to go for it and grab the win here. This is for me, I call this a statement game. I feel like if we get a draw, it's not the end of the world. If we lose, it's not the end of the world, but it's bad. But if we win, I feel like that's a statement being put on the mark, saying that we're here to cement top four. Then next year, I'll get the right players in, and then hopefully challenge for bigger and better things. But yeah, man, Son. I was hoping Son didn't come back in form. He hasn't played well. Well, he's been playing well, but he hasn't been getting numbers, and I guess that's probably why Conte dropped him, right? And for me, it's a bit crazy how you can come off the bench and then bag 3, and just like that. And all goals were fantastic. There was none that was mediocre. I think all of them he worked really hard for, and that's him saying a statement saying, when the derby comes up, whoever I come against, I hope you're not going to play holding. You saw what I done to your man last time.
Yeah.
So, at the moment, he's got on that side Saliba and White. I'm very confident in them too on that side. You said Kulusevski's not playing, right?
He's doubtful. So I think it means he'll probably be on the bench, I reckon.
They've still got good players, man. They've got two Brazilians. They've got Moura. They've got Richarlison, who's, as you said, he's been in banging form for Brazil, man, scoring goals and stuff and getting bananas thrown at him. Ridiculous stuff again, man. Ridiculous stuff again. This. Yeah. I mean, that's another topic, I guess. But he's playing really well, man.
Yeah.
He's playing really well. So, yeah, I'm hoping for the win. I think Spurs fans are a bit nervous as well, man. I've spoken to a few as well, and I feel like they're very nervous as well. This is not really a statement game for them because if we're being real, they are the better team. However, if we beat them, I think that conversation can change and we will be the better team. it's at home. The thing about these derbies is always the home team seems to take it sometimes. I think the last time they beat us at home was like 2016, which is a while ago.
What,
Other than
at the Emirates?
yeah, and Prem games only because they beat us in cup games as well and stuff. And they beat us there. But I'm saying in Prem.
I think the last time they beat us in the league at the Emirates was 2010.
I think 2016. Was it not 2016?
Yeah. Nah, 2016, I think. Nah, 2016, nah. I think 2016 might have been like a League Cup game or something. But Dele Alli scored a chip, maybe. But in the league, nah, it's been like since 2010, man. When we went 2-0 up. Nazar in that field, and then I remember watching that game. I was fuming, bro.
I hate stats like those, though, boys. I hate stats like this where it's like, I didn't even beat us. Boom. What happens? Do you know what I mean? I hate stats like that. But I think regardless, that's quite a good stat to have. They haven't beat us at home for a while. I think that's quite an amazing stat to have, in fact. But I'm looking for us to take the win. I'm looking for. You said everyone's fit, which is quite cool. I think the only thing I will say if Partey doesn't play, then I'm not sure we'll get a good result out of it because I feel like we see a good quality when Partey's in the middle. I feel like we see a different Arsenal. Obviously, no disrespect to Sambi, but it was proper open against United and that. Do you know what I mean? And people want to blame Gabriel, but again, there's Saliba and Gabriel there. Everyone's getting split, it's a whole team thing. But I feel like if they had a good, someone who could read the game properly right there, obviously I'm not blaming Sambi again, but I think if Partey don't play, we're fucked, pretty much, I'll be honest. And that's real shit. Like, I'm not going to chat.
Yeah, I think definitely if Partey doesn't play, it's huge. Can Arsenal still win without him? Maybe they can still win without him, but I think it's better for him to play. Obviously, Jeff Jesus, no call up for Brazil over the break. And he sees his replacement going and bagging 2 goals. So he's playing on the other 4 goals over 2 games actually. So, do you think Jesus is gonna come out motivated to like prove a statement to say that I can still make the Brazil squad?
Definitely. If anyone would, like, if you feel like you've been slighted for something, and then your first game is against that team who your replacement plays for, that's extra fire in the belly to go get something out of that game and be on your best form and show the Brazil manager what he's missing. So I expect Jesus to be up for it. I expect everyone to be up for it, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
it's a derby game. Like, if you're not up for a derby game, you got to question what you're probably doing here. Like, do you even like the club you're at? If there's no fire in your belly for the biggest game of the season, regardless of anything, it's always going to be our biggest game. Regardless of where Spurs are, where Arsenal are, like, it's just what it is. The history speaks for itself, innit? So, yeah, man. Like, I'd agree with you and say we could probably even still got a shot without Partey, but he is like instrumental to how we play. Like, so that midfield battle in total, like how Odegaard's going to find pockets against Bentancur and Højbjerg is going to be key because say what you want about Højbjerg, he's good. I like him. And at the moment, he's keeping Basuma out. It's not really being spoken about. But he's doing well enough to let Conte not see the unknown yet. Like, he has to stick with what he knows for now because that's what's working. And Bentancur is one of those really slept-on signings. He's been excellent since he joined.
Yeah, he has. It's funny because I have a feeling Basuma might start tomorrow,
You reckon?
I reckon he could go Basuma, Bentancur, and Højbjerg. Have all 3 of them in the middle. Have all 3, have the 2 wing backs, and then just to have Kane and Son up front, just lurking.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, we know that Conte is a 3-6-1 specialist. Like, that's what he does. Like, so I wouldn't put it past him. But I don't know. Some reason I still think Basuma may come off the bench or whatnot. I think they may not. I think Kulusevski will probably end up starting.
You reckon,
Yeah, I think a lot of the times now, like, they just put that out there just to maybe edit what you're going to do. Like, if we play Zinchenko at left back and then all of a sudden you see Kulusevski is going to start, then that's a different kind of match out there. like because as well as good as Zinchenko is going forward, Kulusevski attacking it will trouble anyone, especially someone who's not the best defending left back. Like he's a very good
Yeah.
attacking left back, so overall he's a good left back, but defensively not so much. So I think you'll probably end up seeing him start, man. If I'm honest.
Yeah, it's interesting as well because from Arsenal's perspective, you'd think Zinchenko will start.
Mm.
Again, that one is kind of I don't know because what was the last game before the Arsenal had? That was the 3-0 Brentford thing, innit?
Yeah.
Tini played that one, innit?
And look comfortable. That's the good problem to have if you're a manager. Like you have Zinchenko, who probably started the season not probably. He started the season very well.
Very
He
well,
did.
yeah.
Going forward, he gives us another element. He's so comfortable tucking in, just like said in midfield, to make like a free in the midfield. And he's really, really good at that. And then you have Tierney, who people say is like a bread and butter left back. Like he's very, very basic, but hey, that's what you need also. Someone who's gonna do the basics well, like
Yeah.
exceptionally well, and he gives
Yeah.
you width, so it's a good problem.
Yeah, it's funny how the narrative turns so quickly on Tini, and like
Just like that, it's
just like
mad.
a year ago, if you remember, Jalil was having to defend himself on Tini, and
Oh
now it's
yeah,
kind of like the complete opposite. Now it's like no one really wants Tini in the team. Everyone wants Ben White. Sorry, not Ben White. Zinchenko to play. So
I
I
it's,
mean,
see.
it's,
with
it's a fun game, man.
I guess with Zinchenko, I think for this game tomorrow, I think I prefer Tierney. I was one of Tierney's biggest. Huh?
Defensively,
Defensively, yeah, because that counter attack. For me, Tierney's more better position as a left back. Defensively better than Zinchenko. But I mean, Tierney. I've had my doubts with Tierney, but my things always come down to his injuries and stuff, and what he actually brings to the table and everything. But I think it's a big difference when you play Tierney there, man. Especially with that solid defense backline. You've got Gabriel, Saliba, and Ben White on the side. I think Tierney just makes sense at the moment, if I'm being honest. But Zinchenko at the moment, yeah, I don't think so.
You're gonna see this a lot, by the way, all season. You're gonna see Zinchenko play good for 5-6 games. People are gonna denounce Tierney. Zinchenko might have a good game. Tierney might come back in, have 7 games. People are gonna say Zinchenko's not that good. And you're gonna have the same at right back. Tomiyasu and White is just gonna be, and Gabriel too. Like you already see, people want Gabriel's head, like they do, like because every time he has a bad game, it's like look at him, he's just reckless. But he has reckless moments, but a lot of defenders do. Like you're just gonna see this a lot all season of flip-flopping opinions.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, because now it's a thing of you can be good one game, next you're bad, and it just changes game on game. There's the narrative on players always changes.
It kind of stinks, but it is what it is at the same time.
It stinks, but yeah, you kind of have to just stay outside of that if you can.
How do you look? Oh, I was going to say, how do you lot feel about Smith Rowe being out for 2 months?
Is it 2 months? Yeah.
Yeah.
Back December.
Okay. I mean, I think for him it's good personally just to get rid of that injury once and for all.
It's been a long time he's had that.
But in terms of for the squad wise, I mean, he was technically Martinelli's backup in it, at left wing, in it.
He's basically the first attacking sub, like pretty much. So that's a big loss.
That's the thing. Arsenal squad is still not there. So if they do start picking up a few injuries, it could be curtains.
Yeah, we're probably gonna see like Marquinhos will probably be on the bench. I'm gonna say for the next 5-6 games because he has to be.
He has to be, yeah. But that's the thing. He's a young kid, Brazilian. You know, they usually have a lot of heart when they first come in with all the talent that they have. So wouldn't even shock me if he came on tomorrow if the game wasn't going that well, just for vibes and energy. And
he does look good. I'll say that. Like, of course, he's not gonna doesn't look like a world beater or anything, but he does look. He has a good left foot. Movement's pretty good. Dribbling's not that bad. Like I think his ceiling's he's gonna have a good season, man. If
He could.
Yeah.
He could, from what I've seen. Big up KD in the building, saying no Tomiyasu, no party. Are you
Is that
saying that
true?
they're out, or no Tomiyasu, no party, as in that's like a punchline? I can't even tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty sure party's in the squad. Big up Jesse in the building, saying anyhow you man put Jesus ahead of Kane, gonna have to fight someone. Sorry I couldn't get on today. No worries, my guy, man. Good to see you in the chat. Big up the RBT family. Big up to you, my guy, man. Much love, Jesse. Big up our guy Ola. Hope you're good, my G. Saying, yep, Arsenal fans been getting on to Gabriel since last season. Quite confusing. Yeah, I'm not a huge Gabriel fan, but I do think some Arsenal fans are going over the top. But saying Arsenal fans are going over the top, I mean, that means nothing.
It's kind of us. Like that's the fan base. It's like isolated performances. Don't get me wrong. Like he's done some stupid things, but if you take last season as a whole, he was really good all season.
Yeah, he was pretty consistent. I can't lie. Punchline. Okay, it's a punchline. Yeah, makes sense. I thought so. Big up KD every time, man. Let us know how you feel about Graham Potter being new Chelsea manager, man. Yeah, man.
Real.
Good to know. So, I think tomorrow's his first Chelsea. Who are Chelsea playing this weekend? I even forgot. What's his first game?
Let me check. 1 second.
Palace? Is it Nelson?
Palace?
Yeah, Palace away.
Ooh, tricky game.
It's not easy.
Tricky game. Okay, that's a nice game, though. It's a nice game. And obviously, and it's funny what you were mentioning before, Jeff, about you think Kulusevski will play, because obviously Man United have had all their reporters all week saying Martial and Rashford are out injured, but Martial's actually been training since Monday and so done a full week's training.
Yeah,
and
you see,
he's going to play on Sunday along with Rashford.
The games that it's just like there was always psychological warfare, but now that's really what it is. Like managers and teams really play chess. Like even Arteta, when you see him in his press conferences, like they asked, is Zinchenko, Partey, and I can't remember who the other person was.
Oh yes,
maybe Odegaard.
Yeah, Odegaard. Yeah.
Are they going to be playing? They're in the team. Like it's all just
mad vague, innit? Yeah.
Just
mad vague.
Very, strange answers. Very strategy based.
But yeah, I mean, Jalil, I've seen a few people over the international break saying that Arsenal are title contenders. But win tomorrow. What are you saying? Are you there yet?
No, I can't be there because I'm a realistic guy. But it is a statement. It's not a statement for the title because I can't change my order in terms of how it's going to finish. I had City, Spurs, Liverpool, and Arsenal. And that's not going to change anytime soon because I know the caliber of players each team's got and everything. But tomorrow's a statement, man. It just says we're here, bruv. Like anyone wants it, I'm on it. Like we beat them, it's that. But I just don't think we're going to do that without Partey. But yeah, with Smith, I think that's a bit of a mad thing as well, man. Because he was a good option to come on. But I heard that. I mean, I'm not his biggest fan, and I haven't really seen too much of him on his fucking what's it called when they go away for a bit. His loans. Look, Nelson's back apparently, and he plays. I believe.
Man.
I know, but it's an option, man. Our squad's gone thinner and thinner and thinner. Like with the last game we had, I think in Brentford, we had like only a number of senior players, even on the bench, and that was quite disappointing, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So. Our squad's getting thinner and thinner and thinner, but most of our team like Tierney, Partey, injury prone guys. You get what I'm saying? So if one of those two are out, then we just get less senior players. Is it our fault for not making the signings? Of course it is, but we just got to utilize every player in every position. Marquinhos looks good. I mean, I ain't seen Nelson in it, but he's back in it. Like we just got to take that as a positive that he could stretch them. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what he's actually. I don't know what he's good at. I don't know what he's good at. I don't know.
I'll be honest with you. I'd rather play Zinchenko left of that free than play Reece Nelson.
And just to add another one, Jeff, I'd prefer to pull Jesus back on the wing and then Ketty up top than have Nelson on the wings.
I agree. Like Reece Nelson has had ample time to break through at Arsenal. Wenger gave him chances, right?
Yeah, Wenger was the first one, man.
Wenger
This
was the
is
first one.
2000. Wenger left in 2018. It's 2022. You've been on loan basically every year since.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Like, leave
and
us
there's
alone,
no
man.
one loan move that we can look at and say
Man said, leave us alone.
it's something substantial there.
No, like he did Hoffenheim. He banged like 6 and like 6, and then went
nothing,
ghost for the rest of the season. Like
Yeah.
remember the reports, all the Arsenal like reporters like Reece Nelson scored again,
Yeah.
and then that was like in October, and then after October you didn't see another report.
None for the rest of the season, and it's like you want guys to do well, but after a certain time, Reece Nelson, if he left Arsenal tomorrow, he can't leave and say, "I didn't get given a chance." You got given a chance, you just weren't good enough. It happens. It's part of life.
Just
Go
not
make
your
your
level.
career somewhere else. Like Maitland Niles, some of these men just hold on to the club too long. You just need to go and have your career somewhere else and do what you need to do. So, but from a Spurs perspective, Jalil, obviously Conte doing really well in the league. There are some murmurs from their fans saying that they're calling it fossil football, what they play. As in it's horrible to watch, but they're getting results. What are you saying with that? Someone's calling him a terrorist. That's how bad the football is.
Jesus.
It's bad. It's bad. What some people are saying. Like, do you think Spurs are that bad to watch? Like, do you think the ends justify the means in terms of? Would you be happy if Arsenal stunk the football out all season but won the league?
When you look at Spurs as a whole and football as a whole, it's a result-based business. So if I'm working someone, I've got a team and I'm telling them just get it done. I don't really care how they do it. If I was a fan of them, so if I work for the organization, if I'm getting results in and everything, I mean, if you're a Spurs fan, you're laughing at the moment. You ain't lost yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The football ain't great. It's very counter attacking football. As soon as they get it, boom, straight to Kane. Kane lays it off to someone. Someone lays it back off to Kane. And Kane just finishes. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of their football at the moment. Yeah, it's not the most attractive football, man, unfortunately. I mean, our football's beautiful football, like what we do. Do you know what I'm saying? But if they win, I don't think it comes down to the eye of football at that time. I think we're in a results-based business at the moment, and everyone wants the 3 points, and it's up for grabs. And how you get, I don't think it matters that much. But yeah, man, Conte has never really been that guy, man. Look how he's done that at Inter. Look how he's done that at Chelsea. He just gets results, man. You don't see the best type of football.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think Spurs we can't leave. I mean, tomorrow after the game or something, if Arsenal, if God forbid, if Arsenal lose tomorrow, and then I have an argument with Jesse, I can't say to Jesse, "Well, you play shit football, man. You beat us 3-2 just to play shit football. Our football's sick, man. We got sexy football and everything." I sound like an idiot, brother. I sound like
you would.
I'm bitter, trying my best. Like it doesn't really make sense, but. Yeah, they could play better football, man. But if it gets them to where they want to get to, I don't think they'll care. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that, Jeff? Man, like about how football is. Like, obviously, it's not great to watch in the eye, but
that's not the. I think that's not the point. Like, I think that even if you don't play great football, it's kind of the problem with football fans, like in general, because it's just irrational thinking. Because when Nuno Santos was his name,
Nuno,
when he was in Espirito, whatever his name was, he's in charge, and he was stinking up the place with losses. Spurs wanted Conte in pronto. The fans are Conte. Like you didn't see what he did. You saw what he did with Chelsea. It was a 3-6-1. That they'll go somewhere, they'll park the bus, and then they'll hit you on the counter attack with good players. They had the Hazards, then they had the Diego Costas, the people, Willian, even someone like Victor Moses, who's just disciplined in his role. That's what Conte does. He calls on his trusted players, and it might not be pretty, but the job will get done. So the Spurs fans, you kind of have to decide what it is you want. Do you want trophy? Because when you put it this, like, you've been getting bantered for years about trophies. Like, people say Spurs' only trophy is Harry Kane's golden boots. And now you get a manager that wins something. And potentially at the end of the season, on one front, you could probably get something because you have a good enough team. You have Harry Kane's in his prime, Son's in his prime, Kulusevski's young and exciting, Richarlison's a great first sub. Bentancur is a very, very good player. Højbjerg, Basuma, Perisic, who's been there, done that. Like, there's good players everywhere. You got a solid back line, a solid goalkeeper who's been in the Premier League for nearly basically 12 years now, 11 years. But you're criticizing the football and you're unbeaten. You're one of two teams that's unbeaten so far. It's City and it's Spurs. 5 wins, 2 draws. But you're now concerned about this football isn't really pretty. So you need to decide what it is you want. You want aesthetically pleasing football? We see where that got us as Arsenal fans. We were aesthetically pleasing for 10, 11 years with no real result bar FA Cup. From say 2008 to 2018 under Wenger, there was also other factors in it. But the bottom line is we were known as the best footballing team in the country for at least 7 of those years. And then it was you play good football, but you don't win nothing. So Spurs need to decide what it is you want as fans. Like, but that's kind of football, but you're never gonna satisfy them, which is why you don't really appease football fans, man, or like pacify football fans. You just go about and do what you do, because what is the point? Like, you're gonna moan either way.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and I just feel like it's, especially in this day and age, it just seems like people always want to moan about something.
It's just
big up Ed every time. Big up Ed. Big up Ed. Yeah, it just seems like people always want to complain about something, man. Like,
it's just the way of the world now, man. It's so easy to complain. Like, you can get on your phone and type those 140 characters in 30 seconds, get retweets and likes for what you say, and then you feel some kind of satisfaction because 100 people liked it and 80 people retweeted it. When really, you might not even feel the way you feel. You just put it out there. So you kind of just, as I'm saying, I just ignore, like, it sounds really like dismissive, but I just ignore football fans, like, because what are you gonna talk to them about?
Yeah, now you know what it's like. I get you. I think if you're not chatting to them face to face or on the phone or wherever it is or something like this, then over Twitter, it's like I've jumped into 1 or 2 Twitter conversations in my time trying to have debates with people, and you're just like, it goes nowhere. Like, the responses you get back are just like, I'm trying to give you a credible argument why I'm saying what I'm saying, and you'll come back saying something dumb like, "Oh, but he got 10 and 10, so who cares?" or something like that.
It's just like those long arguments. Like, we've even our group chat, we've, like, for how long did we have that Ronaldo and Messi discussion? Like, it went on from the inception of the group chat to probably like last year. It probably stopped, and people realized these guys are 34 and 36. Let's end this. Like, you like who you like. They've given us 2 decades body of work. Pick who you want. Like, there's just certain things you don't need to, like, that discussion's always healthy, but when it's the same discussion over and over again, sometimes it's just no point.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem that there is now with social media, is that the same arguments are getting regurgitated over and over again. Like, you will go on Twitter, and once every 3 days, you will have one of these pages say, rank Salah, Hazard, and X from 1, 2, 3 on Bale. And next week, it's rank Bale, Hazard, and Salah 1, 2, 3, and it's like, bro, these guys are not even playing games for them to change their force. How is this changing from 1 week to the next? How about having a year or 2 years to actually change what you've done in the game? You can't change it week on week.
And it's, you know why it's dumb? Because all we're really saying is Bale and Hazard haven't really been active in the past 2-3 years. We can just say that on the so you're only really, you just want to insert Salah in the conversation. Like, I would say, to me, I'd say Salah by default is in that conversation. Whether you like his football or not, the accolades speak for itself. What he brings to the game speaks for itself. But I'm not gonna have the same discussion with you every week. Like, we can have it once and be done with it. Like, I think he deserves to be in the conversation with Hazard and Bale. Would I pick him over them? No, probably not. Like if we assess everything, I think we've done this before. Like it's definitely a worthwhile discussion, though. But
yeah,
compared to what I like, Hazard has more of what I like. I'm just not gonna disregard what Salah brings because he's very, very, very effective.
and for me, I fully get that, and I think it's the case of if we're anyone who wants to have a debate of Salah, Bale, Salah, Hazard, etc. It's like if the debate was like this in 2021 and we're in 2022, Hazard and Bale have not played football in the last year. So what are we debating really? Are you just what
Salah.
are we debating?
It's just inserting Salah in a combo, literally. So that's you're right. That's the media in general. Bar maybe a few people. I say Michael Richards has a kind of a fresh approach, maybe because he's new. And Rio Ferdinand to a degree, but a lot of the other stuff is just semantics. You're just trying to ride for your channel, man. Like Sky Sports want viewers. It's all about viewership and stuff. Like it's not necessarily about what you're talking about. It's kind of just how many eyes can we bring.
Yeah, because obviously now like Gary Neville and Carragher have started doing these shows with like the YouTube fans. Like some of the guys from AFTV, United Stand, and things like that. So they're definitely trying to more integrate more of like the YouTube social media culture, and obviously that's more debate themes. But I like debate themes, but after a while, it's important to let the debate sit for a period of time. Let's come back to this debate in 1 or 2 years' time. Let's not have this debate every 3-4 weeks. By which point it's just dead because what are we debating at this point?
That would actually be an interesting discussion one of these days, like the role of media.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think it's really impacting like the way football fans are, like even the way probably some players are. To be honest, I think players are very conscious of it nowadays. You know, these debates, like when you hear like, for example, like Salah last season when Ferdinand asked him, "Do you have a goal for this? Did you have a goal for this season?" He said, "Yeah, I want 40 goals and 15 assists." Like when you start getting that specific, like it just starts becoming weird. Like are you not going to let me play well and then everything else will follow rather than 40 goals, 15 assists?
Yeah, like it's mad. Like I guess you really realize the impact of social media that we say all the time. AFTV, when you help to get a manager sacked and you kind of disintegrate a club, like it kind of speaks for itself. Like they got an interview with Gary Neville based off slander. Like it's changed now from what I hear. I don't really tune in, but I heard like the format has changed. But your initial thing was 2 years of slander, and I guess to me it was capitalizing on Arsenal's downfall, and then you get the man you want out, and then the business model doesn't change. It's just like, come on, man.
Yeah, the thing with AFTV is like I don't think they'll ever get back to peak Wenger out days because peak Wenger out was kind of peak AFTV. Maybe the views might not necessarily show it because relative to then the subscribers have gone up, so maybe naturally the views have gone up relative to it. But in terms of the general hype around it, peak Wenger out era was peak AFTV, and whether they did it purposely or not, I don't actually believe Robbie that was his intention. That's kind of what I think started happening, and he realized, hey, this gets views. So
hey, I mad at him in one regard. Great business. Great business, but at the same time, I don't have to tune in. I haven't been, so
no, you don't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I just think there's a lot that needs to change in the way that media like operates. But yeah, I guess that's a discussion for another day. In terms of combined 11, so if we assume that like everybody was fit, and we start from the goalkeeper, I'm going to share my screen. Gilo, who would you have in goal?
If everyone's fit.
Everybody's fit. Let's assume Loris and Kulusevski are both making for Spurs tomorrow.
And goal. At the moment, it'll probably be my good mate, man. I know he likes to drink. It'll have to be Louise, man. It'll have to be Louise.
Oh man. Nah, this is your new thing. You just whenever you get a shot, Louise, go.
Hey, don't mess with Lawrence, man. Nah, Lawrence is catching praise every week.
Every week, I'll come up with a head top.
What do you say, Jeff? You going Ramsey or Loris?
Whoa, man. I'd probably give Lloris the edge. Yeah, because I guess in a way he's been consistent, kind of under the radar for the past year or 18 months.
Yeah, low key, yeah, under the radar. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. People don't really speak about him anymore
at all. Like, he's not mentioned as the top goalies in the league, but he really is. Like, if you think about it, he's probably in the top 6, 7. Even though he's terrible with his feet, but
yeah, with his feet he stinks.
He's awful with his feet.
He's a huge weakness with his feet still. So we got Loris in goal. Right back, who are you going for, Jeff?
Well, I'll say this.
Suspect at the back, yeah.
You can pick any one of the Arsenal ones because Emerson Royale is not being picked ever. Did you? By the way, did you see the report that came out about Emerson Royale?
No, what happened?
What did it say?
Apparently, he spent £1 million since he's arrived at Spurs to get better. Personal money.
Sorry? Oh, like a personal trader thing.
Like cryo chamber, like you know how like they say LeBron spends $1 million.
Oh, $1 million, yeah, like LeBron style.
Yeah. He's doing something like that, and then apparently he's got like the breakdown reports of like Hakimi. So I think that's how he's trying to model his game on. It's very interesting.
I'm not gonna laugh. Shout him out for trying to get better, but
hey, I ain't mad at him, man. Do what you're doing. You stink, but at least you're trying to get better. Like.
I was just gonna say I'm not seeing the improvements on the pitch. Whatever you want to say he stinks, I ain't mad at that still.
But yeah, I guess right now, I guess it would have to be Ben White, right?
Probably. It probably would still.
Yeah.
Probably would. Big up DJ in the building saying 3-1 Arsenal. See you next week.
Salute, bro.
See you next week, bro.
Pops in, says what he's gotta say.
Yeah, we know what he's gonna say if Arsenal win. You know what I'm saying? X down, X to Y to go. You know what I'm saying? In fact, let's see. Will Ben White even come up for right back? I know. Oh, he does, yeah.
He does.
Cool. Centre backs, Jalil. I think this is quite easy.
Saliba and the Argentinian who played for them. What's his name?
Yeah,
do you know
Romero.
There is a debate. I mean, he's had his ups and downs, but there is a debate for Dyer to be put in as well. That's it.
You reckon?
You don't think he's been like how he's been playing next to Romero? He hasn't been active, no.
He's been
well.
He's been well, yeah.
But put it this way: out of the 4 centre backs we probably have, he's 4th.
So you think so out of him and Gabriel, you think Gabriel's better?
Yes, like Gabriel's had a good season last year, very, very good season, and despite his few little lapses here and there, he's also started quite well. Like Dyer, you can say this Spurs style at the moment suits Dyer.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
but he's still 4th.
It's crazy with Dyer that he used to be a DM.
Yeah,
because
he got recognition as a DM. He wasn't just DM. He played for England as DM, and he remember that 50 mil to Man United rumor for like a whole summer.
My God. Well, it's always mad, yeah. I always think back. The Euro 2016 England team had Eric Dyer and Wayne Rooney as the centre mids.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that.
That was the starting centre mids. Eric Dyer and Wayne Rooney.
Jesus. Because Rooney by that point he was losing his legs.
But Rooney was done. Rooney was absolute. That England team, yeah. Now, let me get the full lineup for you because that team, looking back, bro,
That's the one where like they played Wales and that, innit?
Team, fam. Listen to this team, bro. Joe Hart in goal, Kyle Walker right back, calm.
Okay.
Gary Cahill and Chris Smalling centre back. Left back Danny Rose. Midfield of Rooney and Eric Dyer. Then Sturridge right wing. Dele Alli number 10. A young Sterling on the left and Harry Kane up top.
Yikes. Yeah. That's a wild team when you look back.
That's a wild team. Sturridge on the right. Rooney and Dyer in the middle.
Sturridge was cold, but
Sturridge was cold. Sturridge was cold.
Sturridge is probably one of my favorite players. Like I've had a personal love for Sturridge as a player.
Sturridge was, if he never had those injuries,
Man,
Sturridge was the truth.
Yeah,
Sturridge
man.
was the truth, man. That season we almost won the league.
Yeah, they always forget. They mention Suarez and they forget about Sturridge.
You can't forget Sturridge, man. That season,
he was doing ridiculous stuff.
He was ridiculous because Sturridge, yeah, what people forget about him is like he could dribble, man. He could run with the ball. He had a step. He
had it all.
He had it all, man.
There's a reason he played at 3 of the best teams when you think about it. Like he went from Man City as like a promising youngster, then went to Chelsea, played right wing the whole time and played well.
Yeah.
And then went to Liverpool and had his breakout spell.
Yeah. Nah, Sturridge was cold player, man.
Salute to Daniel Sturridge, man.
It's a shame what happened to him with injuries, man. But yeah, shout out Sturridge, man, because I think he's doing quite well with like his own like personal brands and whatnot. So big him up for doing that, man. Big him up still.
He's got an alcohol. He's got tequila out as well, which is big in America.
What in it?
Big in America, yeah.
Maybe Louise drinks it. No, I'm joking. It was right by the rim, man. I just had to go for
that. That was too easy. That was too easy. I'm surprised you looked to say.
No, how the fuck did I miss that, fam?
All right, Jello, who are you going for left back?
What's the names? I know the Arsenal names. Who's left back normally for?
Right now, Sessegnon. He's left wing back, innit? So he kind of has to. Yeah.
Where's my Spanish guy gone? What's his name? Reguilon or something like that, no? He's not back, no?
He's on loan, maybe, I think.
He's on loan at Atletico, isn't it?
I believe so.
Why? He's not favoured, boy.
No, Conte got him out.
Conte got him out, man. Quickly.
Oh. Yeah, that's why I respect Conte. Like, you don't fuck about. I don't like you.
Man.
I'm going Tierney.
Tierney, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going Tierney.
Say no more. Tierney. What are you saying, Jeff?
I'm not opposed to that. It would be Tierney or Zinchenko. Like, no disrespect to Sessegnon, but you're comfortably third.
Yeah, very comfortably third. I'd probably go Zinchenko just because I want someone better on the ball, but I'm not mad at Tierney as well, to be honest. Either or cool for me.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of a close one. I'm cool with either one. I'd go with Tierney personally. Yeah,
in that case, let's go with Tierney for now. But it could have been either Tierney or Zinchenko. But yeah, Sessegnon is definitely a distant third. Mad that Tierney is still 24, right?
Yeah, man. Very young when you think about it.
It is mad. He's younger than Zinchenko, then, isn't it?
Yeah, Zinchenko is 25. That's why
they're the same age. They're the same age.
Oh yeah, they're the same age. They're both 25. Yeah,
young team, man.
Very young, man. Oldest players like Partey and Xhaka, really.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, them two, and I think Partey hasn't even reached 30 yet, isn't he? He's 29, isn't it?
He's 29, and Xhaka might have just turned 30.
Yeah, I think Xhaka
just turned 30. Yeah.
Turned 30. Yeah. So,
definitely very young team,
man. All right, center mids. Jalil, what are you saying, man? Let me switch up. Let me switch up formations to 4-2-3-1. What are you saying for the center mids?
100% Partey. It's gonna be. Are you doing that one? Yeah.
Which one do you think? I think that probably works best for the way the two teams play.
Okay, let's do it that way.
Or yeah.
That 4-3-3 is kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Maybe let me do a 4-3-3. Yeah, maybe 4-3-3 thing. Yeah, that's fine. We can work with that.
The three I had in my head was Højbjerg on the left, Partey on the right, and Odegaard more attacking position.
Good.
I think Højbjerg. Thing about Højbjerg, I used to diss him, but he's quite vital in regards to how they break up play in midfield. He gets looked past when it comes to Spurs, because you got Son, you got your Kane. They don't attract players who play the good football, who get the goals and stuff. But Højbjerg is the reason why he breaks up plays, gets it to Bentancur pops it over there. He breaks up play. He's very smart. Partey, for me, I would prefer Partey to be more box to box, but I'm not mad at the work he's doing for Arsenal at the moment. That's why I said he's vital. If he doesn't play tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I just say we ain't winning, but we can get a draw out of it, or we could lose, to be fair. But yeah, so those two I definitely have in there, and then obviously Odegaard. I don't think anyone's touching him at the moment. I'll be honest, man. He's quality, man.
Yeah. See, I'd probably go Bentancur, Partey, and Odegaard. Like I agree. Højbjerg's like he's a key part of that team. There's a lot of reason Basuma can't get in. I always like Højbjerg. I think he's a good player. From Bayern to Spurs to Southampton to Spurs, like he's always been a decent player. But the team got better when Bentancur came in. Like you could see, vividly, you could see a change. Like as soon as he came in, like he's got energy. He can also distribute well. You can also see that when the chance comes about, he's comfortable scoring. Like I think all in all, like the modern DM or whatever you want to call him, he's more that guy.
Yeah,
he can kind of do it all.
I think Bentancur's a bit better as a box to box, and I think if you have Partey and Højbjerg, it's a little bit similar in terms of the roles that they're asked to do. And obviously, Partey is better than Højbjerg. I don't think there's any debate in that. So I would have gone with the same. I would have gone with Partey, Bentancur, and Odegaard. There could be a case for this season with how well he's played that you could have Xhaka there with how well he's played. You could argue he's had better performances than Bentancur, but I still think that overall Bentancur is probably still a better player than Xhaka, or would work better. So I think if we went Partey, Bentancur, and Odegaard, I think that can work well. That'll be a good midfield.
That's a mobile midfield, man. It really is.
It is. That is. Yeah, it is.
This team could win the Prem.
That's a dangerous team, man.
So it is a good team. It is a very good team. All right, front three. So now this will be interesting still.
Jeez.
This will be interesting. Remember, Jesse's watching, innit? So,
I'm speaking to him now.
He's speaking to him now.
He said, "Don't fuck me about."
Were we picking our three all together, or we're gonna pick individually? Because I think two are certain, right? I could think we can all agree on that, right?
I mean, we're saying Kane.
I think three certain.
One, I think the one on the right could be debated a little bit. So yeah, I think Son and Kane, hands down. I'm sorry, Martinelli and Jesus, very good players. Son and Kane are world-class players. Both. There's a difference.
You're not wrong, man.
You're not wrong.
You could argue they're top three both for their positions.
Oh boy. Does Son not exist? Oh, that's one. Oh yeah, human Son, yeah. Okay, so right wing, what are we saying? Who are we going for?
Man, see, yeah, this one I think is close, very close. Because at certain things that you could say final ball and yeah, those maybe critical moments, could maybe argue and say Kulusevski maybe has the edge, like in terms of that final ball, like going wide, getting that crossing, and it resulting in a goal. Kulusevski's really good at that. Since he's gone to the Prem, what's it been? There's been numerous assists, there's been goals. And then when you go to like impact and effect on a game, I think Saka wins that clear. Saka, it doesn't matter if he's playing well or not. Like Saka will trouble the fullback all game. He'll get you going the other way. He'll go past you, and he's very good at those little intricate passes. Like you see what him and Odegaard do. Like they tear up a left side or a right side all game normally. Even if we don't win, like those two's chemistry on the right hand side causes a lot of problems. So that's why I say it's tough, man. That's a tough one.
It is tough. It's if I had to give the edge, it's hard because Saka's been playing really well recently, last couple of games, but something in my heart tells me I need to give the edge to Kulusevski. I just feel like Kulusevski is more of the. It's those last things, like you said, Jeff. The last finish, the last cross, the last pass. Kulusevski is also good at running with the ball. Maybe not as good at running with the ball as Saka is, but just those final refined things. Kulusevski, I just feel like I trust him there more than Saka in it. So I'll probably give a slight edge to Kulusevski still. But
hey, you said that's a close one. I'm not mad at anyone's decision here.
Man, I've got to be real, man. It's got to be my boy. It's got to be my Niger boy, man. For many, I see it like this year. I don't think we've seen someone who's come to the Prem halfway through a season, like Kulusevski, and torn it up like that. I think he got 17 contributions in half a year. He had was it 17 or was it less with 12?
It was 17.
No, was it 12 contributions when he came halfway through the year?
I don't even know.
But he came on. I can't remember someone who came through for the transfer window halfway through and had a massive impact into our team, like Spurs. His end product is quite sick. His left foot is ridiculous. His positioning is amazing. But if we want to be real with ourselves, you know what I'm saying? They're pretty much the same age, right?
Yeah, Kulusevski's 22, Saka's 21.
So Kulusevski went to Juve. For me, at Juve, he was kind of a failed project there. Ooh. And then he come to Spurs and ripped it up and made a name for himself. But he was young then. But for comparing it in terms of best or best, Saka's been doing this thing, man. Like, people are getting on, like, we know what Arsenal fans are like. He wasn't getting numbers, but I think Saka's got the most assists for us. And he's still getting dragged. And that's because we know what kind of player he is. So that's why it's hard for me. With me, Saka gets the position. Saka gets that right wing for me. I know he links up really well with whoever's going to be on that side. We've seen Saka and Kane for England. We've seen Saka come on the other day for England and, you know, get that assist as well from Mount, you know, breaking through, you know, what.
That was a great assist.
Everyone else could have done it. As soon as he come on, he fucking started stretching legs, bruv. And we see what he done for the World Cup and what's my name? The Euro, sorry.
Chiellini dragged them back.
Yeah, Chiellini pulled them back. And if you even look at, even though we're like, oh, Saka hasn't really been doing the business, like, oh, he's still getting numbers and he's still looking good. He's still trying. He doesn't give up. He's not like, he doesn't think his hands down and shit. Do you know what I mean? He gives a fight. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, to make this team solid, and if we'll say we're trying to build the best, you know, combined team, the kid's got to go in, man. He's proven longer, you know. Kulusevski couldn't do it in a weaker league in Serie A, if we're being real. He came through the ranks really well. Don't get me wrong, but Saka was forced, man. He came as left back and he was that good. We put him right wing. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, all in all, it's got to be the kid, man. It's got to be the kid.
All right, so the little great Saka, I'm going to Kulusevski. Jeff, you got the final row. It ain't easy.
It's not easy, my friend.
Let's say, come on, Spurs.
Yeah, thanks, Ed. Appreciate that, mate. Nah, joke. But this is close because even when you look at like I'm not an assist guy and all that kind of stuff, but they're tied this season. They're tied for goals. Last season, Saka had 11 goals and 7 assists. Kulusevski had like 8 goals, 5 assists, something like that. They're kind of neck and neck as players, man. I'd say that. If you were to compare them at a world stage, they'll be in the same mode of youngster.
100%. 100%.
Man.
It really comes down to who you prefer.
I'd say, all right, I'd maybe say Saka is a better all-round player. Like Kulusevski does have the final moments, so you could easily argue and say, yeah, you're chatting shit, Jeff, because he has the final moments, so that's what he needs in this position. But I think Saka's overall influence in a game for 21 years of age is huge. Like our game, last season, people were being told that Saka was our only outlet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Saka, man.
Go with Saka, man. That's a close one. You know what? That's one of those ones where, like, if the format would have allowed us, we could almost like leave blank and then just say, let the audience, let the people on like TikTok, Instagram decide who that last one was gonna be, because
that's a fact.
That's that's probably the closest position all over the pitch. That one, the Saka and Kulusevski one. Them two are really close. Stylistically, they've got their similarities as well. So
yeah, I'd say, man. Yeah, you're probably right. Like in terms of the whole team, yeah, that's the only real comparative. Like you could maybe say Louise and Ramsdale. There's a slight debate there.
Yeah,
Ramsdale is, like it or not, like the signings of last season, they've all gone well. I'm gonna say that.
How?
Ramsdale we can see that when the ball goes back to Ramsdale, we're not like I say Leno. I liked Leno, but there's a different calmness in how Ramsdale approaches things when someone's running at him and how Leno approaches things.
Yeah.
Like, Ramsdale's very comfortable distributing under pressure. Very.
Yeah, and I agree. I think with his feet, Ramsdale's much better than Leno. Much better and quicker with his passing, which again helps the defenders, helps the midfielders that he's passing it to. So yeah, I don't think there's really been a bad signing from last season, to be honest. So that was overall very positive. Yeah. So far, it seems the same again with Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira, and Jesus. So yeah, man, long may Arsenal continue to do good business, man, because we know it's been a long time since they've consistently been doing good business.
Now let's make sure it's balanced. Let's make sure we get some good sales.
Yeah,
because with the incomings they're looking good. Like 2 seasons in a row, we probably spent 250, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think we wasted a penny. Like, I think Ben White's been good, Ramsdale's been good. I'm gonna count Saliba because he was gone for 2 years.
Yeah.
Zinchenko is good. Fabio Vieira looks like a very worthwhile step in that if Odegaard was to get injured. Jesus speaks for itself, I think.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah. Like, definitely, man. It's been a couple of years of solid signing. Tomiyasu, if he's going to be a backup, he's a great backup to have. Yeah. So, yeah, it's hard to complain, man.
That is really, really good. Now it's, all right, when we sell someone, can we get some money? That's it. Like that's the only thing you ask for, because the more money we make from sales, the more money we can invest in the team. So it's now that's the stage. Like I can say all that Raul, was it Sanelli,
Raul Sanelli,
yeah, all of his and Sven Mislintat, that man there, like all of their bad business dealings with. This is our first. I'll say this is one of our first almost clean slates we've had in years, where the managers actually had time to invest in the team, work with the team, and work with the players he wants. So, like, even Arteta, like, he gets his criticism here and there, but is he the man to take us to the next level? I understand the skepticism because he's new, brand new. But I will say, like, even his mannerisms, like the way he speaks, the way that you can see that the team's progression in the past 2 years, he needs his credit too.
Yeah, because he definitely does, man. And I think the impact of having a proper preseason is showing itself. in the team around the club. There's a lot more continuity, unity within the team. It just the whole flow is much better. So you do have to give our for getting the right players in so far. Could they have done more in the summer? Yes, perhaps a couple more signings, but hopefully they can get that right for January. I heard that Arsenal are looking at 2 players. We can see that obviously people are already moving. Chelsea looking like they're signing Nkunku for 60 million from Leipzig. That just came out of nowhere. He's already done part of his medical during the season, which is mad. So you can see that they're really already planning ahead. So we can't afford to slack in this league, man.
See where we're linked with well, I see one of the players we might pick up. It's probably not one that we all want, but Douglas Louise. They say you could get him for a cut price. So it could be 12 to 15 million, because we know it was 25 before. And
I'll take him as a backup. He'll be a great backup. Great backup.
Because again, he's another one. He's pretty good on the ball. Like, he has his faults. Don't get me wrong, but he's also good from set pieces and stuff. So if we were to pick him up for 12, 15 mil, can't go wrong.
Nah. For 12, 15 mil, great backup. Partey gets out. You know, you got someone there that can do a very solid job. Mm-hmm. You've seen do it for Aston Villa. So, yeah, I'll be happy with Douglas Luiz, man. But yeah, man. Jalil, what are you saying, man? Prediction time before we wrap up, man. What are you saying? What are you going for? Arsenal Spurs tomorrow?
Having said everyone's fit, 2-1 Arsenal. Not comfortable, got to be gritty, it's got to be messy. It's lunchtime kickoff as well. I know Arsenal's not the best at them ones, but the derby, and the good thing about this year is like form goes out the fucking window. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it is what it is. It's on from the jump. So I'm gassed about it. I love derby games. I get this excited when we play only 2 teams, and that's United and Spurs. I fucking hate them. No, in fact, I don't hate them. I hate their fans. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is juicy, man. The talking shit in the group chat's gonna kick off. Well, it's kicked off already, but after the game, it's gonna be hilarious. Win or lose, I'll be active, man. So I won't be hiding this time.
Yeah. Nah, don't worry, man. We know you weren't hiding last time, man. Jeff, what are you saying?
You know what? I might agree with Jalil, man. I might say 2-1, man. I think it's going to be a fiery game. It could be red cards. It could be manager spats on the sidelines. There's going to be all sorts going on, man. But, yeah, it wouldn't have it any other way. That's how a derby should be, man. I'm tired of these soft-ass derbies, man. Let someone get hurt in this derby. Just not one of Arsenal's players.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. I agree with the both of you. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. There's part of me that wants to say 3-1, but I just feel it might be 2-1. I just have a feeling tomorrow is set up like first game back, derby, top of the league. The fans of the Emirates have been talking about how the atmosphere is much better now, so you just get the feeling that tomorrow is going to be a mad atmosphere and that Arsenal are going to start on the front foot. So it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal go like 2-0 up, Spurs pull one back, and then it's a tense like last 30. And then we ride it out.
Last season, man. I remember last season we banged like 3 quick, and then Son scored, then more, and then the save on the bar, and then before you know it, it's bums on seats, man. So
exactly. So, and that was one of Ramsdale's first games as well, and I think he did quite well that game.
Yeah, I think that's where fans were happy with him, because when he made that save and then kind of riled us back up, it was like, all right, cool. This is probably our goalie moving forward.
Yeah, it was probably then. But yeah, listen, people, it's been a good little preview for the game tomorrow. Obviously 12:30 kickoff. We've done our combined 11, so do drop your thoughts after this video and our TikTok that we're going to share, whether you agree or disagree with us. We're all going for a 2-1 Arsenal win. So yeah, again, drop your predictions as well in the video or on TikTok or on Instagram. Subscribe to RBT as always. Follow us on all of the socials. Make sure you do like this video before you leave. If you can do it right now, hit that like button. It always helps us out a lot. It's always much appreciated. Everyone always does make a great effort to smash a like, so we really appreciate that, people. Rash obviously wasn't able to make it today, but we're gonna get his prediction, I'm sure, later on. But yeah, big up everyone. Hopefully everyone gets a chance to tune in and watch the game. Obviously the Manchester derby too. Last message from Ed saying, "Come on, Spurs, man, get the job done on these bums." Yeah, man.
You know what?
I know a lot.
So after I need to throw something out there as well, because there's a lot of topics going on about. I think you boys are aware, but we should pick this up on the next show. Which derby
is bigger?
Which derby? Because if you think about it, I've heard United fans saying, "Oh, I don't care if City win it. You know, as long as Liverpool don't win it." To me, derby is not a proper derby. Whereas Spurs, you'll never hear us say, "I hope they win it over someone else," or "We want them to win anything." Like, so I thought that out there for the boys. That could be a debate in itself.
Yeah, you know what? Let's save that for Monday, because Monday we're going to talk about Arsenal game and the United game. So
that's a good one.
Let's save that for then still. But
I know what I got, but that's a good one.
I know what I got too, but let's save that for Monday still. Yeah. Big up, people. Smash the likes. We out. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Peace.
Salute.
Peace.